Now, I want to ask everybody, everybody could get a crack at this question. Particularly, like, what's a good day for you guys? Starting with Bobby, what's a good day for you?
All right, I know you want me to go first, but we keep forgetting about our boy Rob. So, Rob, top it off.
Rob, oh, shit. He's made Rob the victim today.
Nah.
Listen, we've been having fun even before we started recording, because what you guys don't know is that Rob pulls up with a zucchini muffin.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I definitely did.
What in the Brooklyn?
What in the Brooklyn?
What in the Bushwick? What the helly?
Now listen, it was a first for me today, but I'm a little adventurous when it comes to pastries. Yeah, she definitely did. She said it was like a banana bread. Definitely was fire.
You ate it.
I didn't finish it. I ate half of that shit.
Oh, you got the other half in your back pocket?
Nah, it's over there.
I might have to sample this later. I don't know.
Yes,
that
sir.
sounds crazy.
But I'll tell y'all, perfect day. I wake up, brush my teeth. It's number one. Brush your teeth.
Wow.
Then I'll roll up.
Smoker's edition.
I'll roll up. I might play some beats. And then honestly, if I'm not too lazy, I'm gonna get coffee. You gotta have coffee. You gotta have the coffee.
Coffee drinkers
like,
in the
you gotta
building.
have it.
I'm not a coffee drinker.
Me either.
Oh, really?
Y'all
I didn't know
niggas
that.
is bugging.
Nice.
Man.
I don't do the coffee. I don't do the zucchini muffin.
Yo,
none
listen,
of
man.
that.
All this shit to change your life.
Bro,
Change your
I thought I
life.
was alone with no coffee. I'm hype scam, don't drink coffee.
Zucchini
That's
muffin
crazy.
Now I get to
and
name drop
Telling
scam
you.
when
coffee
people come at me.
just sounds like it's out of my lane.
Yo,
I'm from Uptown, man. We have bacon, egg, and
we
cheese.
gonna have-
There's
a
coffee
quote.
uptown, pa. There's coffee uptown.
word, man.
I don't know about those
funny.
zucchini muffins though.
You
But
just
then
might come by some other shit.
There is definitely some good coffees uptown, some good bodegas.
Oh shit! But nah, other than that, come to the studio, cook up.
Yes, sir.
That's really it. To be honest, like, I don't need much. I'm a simple man.
You're working, man.
Facts.
That sounds like a good day to me. Notice how he said he starts his day off with brushing his teeth before reaching for his telephone. Some of us can take notes from that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna be that person. I ain't scared to say I be checking my phone when I wake up,
Nah, it's alright. Every now and again.
and then I brush my teeth.
Oh, no, that's a fact. I'd be on my phone.
You know, I gotta be like Rob. The phone's always ringing.
Nah, yo, sometimes I ain't even gonna hold you. I just wake up with my eyes closed. I know everybody do this shit.
Yeah,
You know
you already awake.
Yo, I don't even want to open my eyes, man. That shit piss me off when I wake up.
I wake up ready
I be
to
like,
go.
already? This shit.
Already?
We doing this shit again?
Just close my eyes.
Oh shit! Here
That's
we go
the
again.
best and worst part of the day.
So
I guess
Bobby, I was gonna ask Bobby,
I'm
what's his
skipping
perfect
Bobby.
day?
I'm skipping Bobby.
I'm
Nah, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Bobby.
My perfect day. Let me think about that. So, I have a very annoying alarm clock. So, Alarmy has this setting where you have to answer a math equation before the alarm turns off.
Different.
Bugging.
Yeah.
It's doing a Rubik's Cube to wake up.
Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes I can't even open my eyes and I'm like, oh fuck. And the volume doesn't even go lower. So it's just booming. But I'll do the regular. Brush my teeth, take a shower. I'm not gonna say where I live. I live a little far. So wherever my commute may take me is probably to the studio. Go to the studio, get some Comptons.
Shout out Compton's.
Yeah,
Best
Compton
sandwiches in the
sandwich.
city.
Yeah, they got some heat. I had the Chady.
Oof.
It's fire.
That one got discontinued, but we got something cooking up right now.
We love it that way. Listen, we're exclusive. We're here. It's right now. You either getting a taste or you too late.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So after that, ideal best day, walk to Williamsburg Bridge, go to the rack me a good 15, 20 cans. And honestly, New York is a state of lingering. So after I'm making my money, I know I'm bumping into heads. It just depends who I want to bump into.
Yeah.
Facts.
So after that, I figure who's in the city, maybe walk back to Williamsburg, to Greenpoint, do what I have to do.
GP.
And just paint. I love to paint, man. And one thing about scamming myself is that we don't have to go out at 2, 3 in the morning. We could do this spot right now.
Facts.
Daytime poppies.
Yeah, daytime zaddy.
Y'all bugging out.
Yeah, daytime bombing.
Yeah, see,
That's why y'all are he hims.
Word.
You know?
Word.
Y'all some wonders.
Piggybacking off of Bobby was saying, dude, painting daytime, there's really nothing like it. The rush is something that you got to feel for yourself, so you can understand what I'm saying. When we're talking about location and pulling off certain spots during the day, and doing, Bobby likes to go big on the walls, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, to do that during the day, paint something that you're proud of at a massive scale, like the rush is just unmatched, you know what I'm saying? Look.
Scan gets so tight at me because we both have so much fun, but I take the fun a little further and make
even
friends.
more fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Bobby loves to make friends, bro. I can't paint without him trying to invite someone on our adventures, and it's like, dude, what we're doing at the end of the day is still illegal, I'm like trying to get out of there, and he's like, oh yeah, I write EOK, and this says scam, and like, what are you doing? You want to hang out with us? Listen, we're pretty friendly.
Bobby's sharing victory beers.
Okay.
Oh my God, yes, I was just on Delancey and Essex over there by the churro spot. Shout out to the churro spot. You know what I'm saying? They're delicious.
Facts.
And the dollar pizza store right there. Sometimes you're drunk. You got to go get a dollar pizza. And me and Freddie were at the pizza shop giving random people shots of Don Julio.
That's fire.
That's some New York shit.
That's some New York shit. You pull up in the dollar slice spot, they giving out shout to Don Julio.
There's always a community at the dollar. People don't talk about the community that the dollar slice spot really has.
Yeah.
Especially on a Friday and Saturday night when everybody's drunk and you don't want to do too much. Like, oh, let me just get a dollar slice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It be popping over there at the dollar slice spot.
It's popping at the dollar slice spot.
I'm not gonna front. I'm not with the dollar slice. Yo.
Only when I'm drunk.
Depends.
Only when I'm drunk.
Food poisoning is real, and it comes from the dollar spot.
Oof.
I don't know. It's never done me bad. I love pizza.
Me either.
No, I love pizza, but am I gonna risk it like that?
I gotta look at that kitchen, man. That shit look dirty. We not doing it.
Yeah, facts.
Rob, you going to the back?
Nah, that
Rob will
dollar
pull up.
kitchen, the dollar pizza kitchen is right there. It's
Word.
right
You can
there.
see it.
We
You can
in
see
the
it.
kitchen
Rob will
when we
pull
talking to the nigga.
Rob, the inspector, is coming to the back of the
Word.
counter to make sure his
Rob's
dollar
the
slice.
Yo,
Inspectors,
he's deducting
Yo.
points. He's deducting points.
That ass. I'm not
B
playing.
grade.
Yo, I will
Yo.
walk in. I see some shit that look off. Busting a U-turn.
Yo.
Quick.
Busting
Quick.
the yo, Rob is that dude that
Quick.
tippy toes over the counter when they're making his sandwich at the
He's watching
deli.
the
Say,
whole
yo,
time.
like,
Yo.
I said like mayo.
All eyes on the grill.
I said like mayo. What you doing?
say, yo,
Yeah.
chill.
Yo, I fuck with it. He's controlling the situation. Listen, he about to eat that food, yo. Coming back to graffiti and art, can you just let us know, Bobby, what is the craziest place that graffiti and your art has brought you to? Because I feel like when you do graffiti, you end up in some interesting places and locations that you normally wouldn't find yourself in if you didn't do graffiti.
Do you want me to answer this professionally? Like, where has graffiti taken me professionally, or
bit of
in the
both.
street?
A little bit of both.
Zeke knew.
You can keep it light. You
All right, I'll keep it light.
Professionally, and then just like, talk about the crazy places you've been, you know?
Yeah.
In a good way. Crazy places, and where has graffiti brought you in general in a positive light? Because graffiti is, some people think of it as like a negative thing or a negative sport, because a lot of negativity is attracted to this ego-driven sport. But there's a lot of positivity that comes from it, So just talk about all of it in one.
So I'm going to start off by saying My life is carefully curated chaos.
There we go. That's what that now you understand.
I understand. So, this one summer night, I was with my boy Scam, and I convinced him. I'm like, yo, bro, it's about to be like 7, 8 a.m. I got a spot for you. It's in Midtown. Trust me. Fire spot.
When Bobby says trust me, when Bobby says trust me,
oh, you about to be in some bullshit.
Yo, from experience, it's gonna be some shit. And I feel like the trust me is kind of just prepare you for the type of shit.
Get
like,
ready.
If you'd be like, trust me. Yeah, it's get ready.
Get ready.
It's not a trust me. It's gonna be like a walk in the park.
It's definitely not a walk in the park. So on this specific night, it was my boy James, Scam, and myself. We go to Midtown, and I see this little ledge on top of like a 6 or 7 story building, and I'm like, Scam, that's what we're about to hit. He's like, are you fucking crazy? The sun is up right now.
Yo, the sun is up.
Daytime.
He's failing to daytime, but not like
daytime
we woke up
bonus.
and got to it. Because when you wake up and you get to it, that feeling is incredible. I'm talking about we've been out all night, and we're just pushing it. We're pushing the limit. We're pushing the boundaries. What is sleep when you are a graffiti artist who's very passionate about what you love to do? Now, the building in conversation that Bobby's talking about is a bank building. So he's saying, hey, pa, trust me, spot to be lit. We're going to go do this crazy fire spot. Again, the sun is out. It's like 7, 8 in the morning. We've already had a night out of drinking and partying. He thinks it's a good idea to trespass a bank, which is, I don't know where that falls on the crime log.
I don't even know where that falls.
I will say, I didn't trespass on the bank. It was a construction site next door, and we had to go all the way up, around, and shimmy down. But
different.
There's a plot twist. We're over there taking pictures, having fun, and Graffiti Free pulls up on us.
Oh my God!
And
yes,
they're throwing down ropes, and they're like, "Yo, assholes, you picked the wrong fucking day." and Scam, I'm out, and I'm like, Scam, I'm in too deep. I gotta see this shit through. He said, "What? I gotta see this through."
Bro, so first of all, it took
dead ass.
I mean, yo, dude, the life we live, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Mark Echo, one of my role models. He came out with the game Getting Up, immaculate game. I have it in my house on PS2, but it's basically like the video game. He depicted it well. Our life is not a game, you know, because if you make the wrong move, it's game over. And so we're
wasted.
It's a game, but it's not, right? So we're shimmying up all this stuff Bobby's talking about. We're climbing this infrastructure. I'll provide the pictures. We'll insert the pictures in there because, like you said, we were having fun taking pictures, but it took us about 25 minutes to figure out how to get to the spot that we wanted to get to. We had to go around the whole building to get to this spot, and I guess this is what took the workers long. But again, it was 7 in the morning or something like that. And dude, they were showing up for work. And Bobby and I were painting the side of the building. And they're literally above us. I look up and the guy's looking at us. And now this goes back to like graffiti is sweet for us sometimes, most of the time, because we got the science to it. There's a whole art and a science to how you move when you're painting graffiti. Yeah. But that day we were just like, yo,
move how you want.
We shady, baby.
Yeah,
we shady.
we definitely threw caution to the wind.
Exactly.
And on top of that, my fault to cut you off.
As Bobby would say, carefully curated chaos, right? I guess, right? That's what he says. So we get up there 35 minutes later or whatever. We paint it. They see us. When you're doing graffiti, you don't want to run into anyone, especially when you're trespassing a bank building. Dude, I look up. This guy's like, hey, what are you fuckers doing here? You picked the wrong day. We're here to clean this shit. Oh, my God. I was so angry at Bobby and angry at myself because I knew it was a fucking fucked idea from the beginning. Wasn't one of our brightest ideas, but that's what life is about and having fun. And Bobby is one of my favorite painting partners. We'll get into painting partners later.
Yeah.
But dude, when we're out, we're pushing the envelope. That's what we do. And so he again was trying to see it through. He's catching his outline. I'm like, Bobby, I'm out of here, dude. Like, these guys are up here. They probably called the cops. We need to get off this bank immediately. I'm sober now, and I'm fucking furious. It went from fun to like frantic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
panic mode.
Yes, you know,
a little bit of that.
So that's very smart. You're gonna be scared, but you can't panic.
Word.
And when and if you're intoxicated, like, your brain has to register the situation immediately. My registering for my brain was, we have unexpected visitors. We need to get the fuck out of here. Abort mission. We gotta go. Bobby's like, I still gotta complete the mission. I'm like, dude, we don't know how much time we have. It took us like 25 minutes to get up. We need to get down. I had to use my keys because I didn't have a knife on me. I'm not sure if Bobby has like the correct story. It's perfect because I'm gonna say mine. He's gonna say his.
Right.
I slashed through the black tarp basically to get to the stairs, and like, you're basically hanging off of the building, and like, dude, I'm just climbing down all these stairs like free. I don't even know what you call it, bro. Free climbing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like. And I get
GTA.
down. Yes, I get down, and I had to leave. But I told them, I was like, "Yo, I would never leave you. I'm out. If you don't leave with me right now, I'm gonna make my way down because I can't afford this shit right now." You know what I'm saying? He's trying to finish it. The workers, I don't know. I'm coming down the building. Bobby still hasn't come down. I'm like halfway down. The workers are in front of the building recording me. It's broad daylight. They can't believe what they're saying. You know, they don't even know what we're doing. Unless they told them we were doing graffiti, how do they know we're not there trying to plot a heist or some shit?
Yeah, straight up.
It was insane. I'm going to give the mic back to Bobby. The whole point was, I want you to know, Bobby says things too casual. Just too casual.
It's how he reels you in, bro.
Yes.
That's how he reels you in.
It's the trust me.
Okay, so that was a little bit of the rugged side of what you were saying. Where has it taken you professionally?
It's taken me to places I never believed I'd be in, because I did this huge mural. It took me about 16 hours, rush job for the Essence Hip Hop 50th anniversary. And I'm just like, graffiti really gave me a bag, and that was a huge bag for me. And
you were painting at this festival?
No, I actually painted it in Brooklyn, and they sent it off to New Orleans. They shipped it out. But
Did you say New Orleans?
Yeah, the Essence Hip Hop. Oh shit, we got another story for you guys about New Orleans, but let's stay on topic. We're having too much fun, man. We're just having a lot of fun. But that plus actually working for the New York Presbyterian Hospital, that was very big for me.
Word.
Shout out to Deck, because
what they have you do there?
For the Employee Appreciation Week, I went to every New York Presbyterian hospital and I painted an appreciation mural, live painting for them. Deck and I did that all summer long.
My best friend's better than yours.
So yeah, I remember looking at all these professionals, these doctors, nurses, everyone that just works in the hospital, you know? Yeah. And they're looking at me like I'm doing something great, but they don't even understand this stems from being arrested several times.
Yeah.
Getting hurt on these climbs, losing sleep, getting written up at work. That's what... I had to do all that to be here, and in their eyes, I'm a professional.
Because you are a professional.
So yeah, that's what graffiti is taking.
You're a professional
really
painter.
Dope, bro.
Hello.
And now you're just working for yourself right now.
Yeah, I'm working for myself. Yeah,
as a professional painter.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Incredible. So you started with graffiti, and now you are a professional painter. Have painted in many hospitals in New York. You've painted for big companies. And, you know, like, did you see yourself doing this when you started?
Nah, graffiti was never about graffiti. My boy Dylan and my boy Jerry, we all lived across the street from each other, and we would skate on the same block in Queens.
Shout out Wizza and Shark.
Facts.
You know.
So, Yeah, we'd always used to skate, and they're just a year older than me. But when you're a child, you're a little kid,
Right.
and they're like the cool kids, you know,
Right,
because they're a
right.
year older. So they wouldn't let me do graffiti with them. So I knew that they used to rack at the 99-cent store. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get to the paint. And I started painting by myself, and then I started painting with Ages ASR.
Ooh, talk
Shout
about
out
it.
Ages.
Because I remember all the hood kids, I'd be like, yo, let's go to Queensboro Plaza to go spray paint. They're like, hey, B, that's too far. I mean, we could stay in the hood, but I'm not trying to go over there. And in my head, I'm like, Queensboro Plaza, that's just the beginning. I'm trying to go
Word.
Midtown. I'm trying to go West Side Highway. I'm trying to just paint.
Yes, sir. It's about spreading yourself.
Yeah.
Facts.
Don't spread yourself thin, guys. You know, all you backyard bombers, get out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the world to see.
Or don't because y'all fucking up some spots for real.
Oh my God, one of my good friends. I'm not gonna mention his name. Just
Don't even say
like,
what I think you're gonna say.
I feel like you don't even know what I'm gonna say, but I'm curious to what you think I'm gonna say. Shout out to one of the good homies. You know, he likes to stay in the shadows. You know, sort of like myself most of the time. He said the streets of New York in the graffiti scene currently look like a food fight.
Damn.
You know,
Messy,
bro.
Messy. Yeah, that sucks.
Let me just add on to what I was gonna say. So did I picture myself being here? No, I never even pictured myself here. I pictured myself working in restaurants for the rest of my life because, yo, you work 2-3 days and you have the whole week free to paint, and you get tipped out a good amount of money.
Yeah.
So I thought it was gonna be sweet like that.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm glad you mentioned that because I wanted to know your views on working a 9-to-5 job. Rest is like, or not even rest is like, how do you feel about working 9 to 5? How do you feel about your freedom? Because when I think 9 to 5, I think your freedom is a little limited. And then you're a freelancer, right? Like you paint for yourself, you work for yourself. You also work with a bunch of companies, but essentially you are a walking brand who works for yourself. When you freelance, life can be a bit tougher because there's not that 9 to 5 life security. Mm-hmm. You don't know if you're going to have that consistent money coming in all the time, but you have a lot more freedom when you work freelance, you know, but you also got to work harder. So what's your view on the 9 to 5, and how's the freelance life for you, beginning, middle, and end, I guess, even though it's not end because you're currently in it, but you know what I mean, from when you started in the beginning to the middle. Where was your breaking point, the point where you felt things were changing for you, that shift where you noticed everything starting to look brighter because you stuck with what you were doing?
So I totally respect the 9 to 5. I respect the working man because I work as well. And the only difference is, in my eyes, I work a 12 to 12. Word. No matter what I do, I have to make sure it's getting to the bag somehow. I make a lot of relationships with some people, with whoever I meet, and I try to be genuine with them, and just build those relationships so the company and the brand that I'm working on, such as Chady, Zeke and I actually run Chady with two of the homies, Gucci VR and Dylan.
Shout out Gucci, shout out Dylan.
So, you know, just maintaining that community. I may be out and about because people see me all the time, but I'm still networking. I'm still working. And it's been very scary. Zeke and I went freelance about the same exact time.
Yeah.
And he asked me one day, we're sitting at our studio, and he's like, yo, well, he told me, he actually just told me, yo, I'm going to quit. How should I go about this? I see it's working for you. What are some comments you got for me?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, pa, just get those clients up. When you have enough clients, just pull that trigger. He completely disregarded me and quit the next day.
Where'd you quit, Zeke?
I was working at Kith at the time.
Wow.
It's
a pretty good job.
Yeah. It was. But I just saw, I saw what it could be if I wasn't there for the 9 to 5.
Right.
You know?
Maximizing your time and what you want versus like making money for the next person.
I loved that job. Was fun, yo. The people I met, the stuff I got to do, the stuff I got to shoot. I got to freaking shoot. My first day at Kith, I was shooting Kith Knicks, the first collab they did.
That's valid.
And my first day on the job, I was in the locker room shooting the collection. So I was standing in the Knicks locker room. Yeah, it was pretty wild, bro. But incredible. Yeah, shout out everybody at Kith. Shout out Ronnie. And then I dipped. And yeah, I just pulled the trigger. I asked Bobby because I wanted to see how he was doing it, and I was just scared. That was the thing. Like, there's no fucking if it fails, it fails. You know.
Right. You're taking that leap and you're jumping and you're hoping to land on your feet, but when you jump, you're like you don't know. You're not for certain that you're gonna land on your feet.
And I was on some shit like, if Bobby could do it, I think I could do it too. And I was like, I would just do it. And since, I mean, Bobby will tell you it's been a freaking roller coaster, but I think it's not a destination, it's a journey.
The first bad experience with Freelance was after all the good. So it was January, February, and March, and Zeke and I were just sitting at the stool looking at each other like, is anything going to hit?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to even get one client or get any type of money. Yo, you know anybody that needs anything? I don't know. Like, let's reach out to everyone, emails. That was the first year. The second year came through and we handled it a lot better. And now we're like at year 4, maybe 5 at the moment.
4 or something like that.
And now we don't stress on those Februarys, those Januarys. We understand what we need to do prior.
To my freelancers, y'all know January and February. You know how that shit go.
Net 30.
Net 90.
Oh my God.
I have some clients right now that still haven't paid me.
We're not going to mention you clients because we're going to keep it classy and keep.
We got to get rid of the nets. There's no reason to be doing nets.
Extra butter, May 31st.
Facts. It's on the way.
I think we can speak on it.
Yeah, it's on the way.
It's on the way.
I mean,
production.
Yeah.
Extra butter, Chady, Scam.
Yeah, Scam.
Deck, Mista.
Heavy,
Artist Series.
Heavy lineup.
KGK, 2DX, Chady Boys.
We about to have Long Island City fucking lit.
Forget about it.
The last one was fun, but this one's going to be bigger and better. And we got some really amazing artists.
Y'all know what kind of pieces y'all going to have this time?
Yeah,
we have everything, but
all of them say it's summer.
Yo, listen, if y'all got brown, y'all gotta let me know ahead of time this time, so I can get that.
Facts.
Oh, it gets heavy with the requests. Word. It's heavy with the requests.
Had to put mine in first.
Just send me a text. Just send me a text.
Do me a favor. Actually, do not text Zeke because I handle somewhat of the sales. And people will come up to me, hey, I hit up Zeke, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's not going to work. If you hit me up, it's a dub.
This nigga Zeke be all over.
He all over the place and never even communicates what he needs from me.
I do not do sales. If you want shady shit, do not go through me.